Okay. Apparently it won't show cutscenes. How's it going? Let me get this microphone situated here. Alright, how's it going? So this is going to be weird because I don't know what it's going to allow me to show and what it isn't. Apparently the makers of this game thought they'd be cute and make it so you can't see any cutscenes or something. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, this is Godzilla. This is a game that a lot of people don't like. I kind of like it. Maybe I'll lose some followers just for saying that. But, okay, let's just get this started. That is really annoying that it does that. So I decided to do this because they just released a new Godzilla trailer, and it got me real hype for Godzilla, and yeah, I can't wait. Super excited. All the monsters in that game, or in that movie, really excited to see them all. King Ghidorah, he's kind of played out at this point, but it's going to be cool to see him using CGI and all this other stuff. So I'm just going to do a quick God of Destruction mode. We'll do Spiral Breath, the best breath. Well, it's not the best breath, but yes. I jumped in and practiced a little bit just to remind myself how to play this game. So, like I said, a lot of people don't like this game. I get why. It's a little weird. When I bought it, the guy at GameStop told me, you've seen the reviews of this game, right? I'm like, look, man, I'm a grown adult. I know what I'm getting into. Just just do your job and sell me this game. So, yeah, I was well aware of what I was getting into when I got this game. It's kind of one of the reasons I bought a PlayStation 2 to begin, or PlayStation 4 to begin with. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Godzilla. But again, I get why people don't like this game. I just think there's not enough here to give people a chance to figure out why the game is good, and it kind of inflates its it kind of inflates its playtime by making you play it over and over and over again, the same levels over and over again to try and unlock everything, when they should have just focused on making a better story mode or whatever. I'm sure there was a crunch and everything. I was kind of hoping this game would do better, so maybe they'd make another one like this. Because I honestly like the way it makes you feel like Godzilla. It really does make you feel more like Godzilla than any other game, even the fighting games they were making on PS2 and GameCube and all those. Here we go. Give him a big old tail whack. So the trick to this game is just to keep your fury meter up, which means you have to just keep destroying things. And the higher your fury meter goes, you just kind of have to pick the optimal path. That's another weird thing, is just the references to other Godzilla movies that we're just gonna go like, who's gonna know what that's from, except for hardcore Godzilla fans? That little jumpy thing. It's from Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, for the record. So here's the part that a lot of people miss out on. Ah, jeez. I did it too soon. No, I did it fine. That he actually kind of has this weird block maneuver that he can activate. This pulse, it's a thermonuclear pulse that he had during the Heisei series of films in the 90s. And it's basically like, I don't know, it makes you invincible for a few seconds, basically. So
the generator's power levels have hit 0. Godzilla is far larger than when he came ashore, ma'am. It must be the purity of the matter he absorbed. It's accelerating his growth.
There's some stuff there, some sci-fi stuff. Yeah, the other thing I get why people don't like it is because almost every single level you are doing the exact same thing, destroying these G-energy generators or whatever. Like, they just rile up Godzilla and you have to destroy them before they put shields up and drive them underground or whatever. But yeah, I totally get why people would get bored with this game, but I am enough of a Godzilla fan, and this kind of gives me that wish fulfillment of being Godzilla that a lot of other giant monster games really haven't.
Both areas are potential landing points.
So here's where it gets interesting. I think I'm just going to play through it on easy so I don't drive the two people watching crazy by dying all the time. That, and it's been a while since I played this, so I don't want to suck. This is kind of an interesting concept, and I think this is referencing Shin Godzilla, kind of, in that your difficulty level is based on who is the Prime Minister. So how the Prime Minister handles you attacking the city is your difficulty level. So this guy's kind of the Greenpeace, can't we all just get along kind of guy who thinks that if we're nice to Godzilla, or we find a way to communicate with Godzilla or whatever, we can lure him away, or, you know, whatever. He thinks Godzilla is like an animal who can be lured away with some food, and we don't need to, like, attack him. I forgot I could do that little hop thing.
Godzilla is approaching the generator. The generator is losing power.
That was too soon. I'm gonna get knocked away. Yep. Yeah, that was a big thing people complained about because they didn't know how to deal with that. I think a lot of people who played this game were like, how the hell am I supposed to keep attacking this thing if it keeps driving me away? And that's what it's all about right there, is hitting that pulse, which is R2, at just the right moment. I'm gonna take out this lovely model. I thought I had a map. Oh, I do. Okay. Let's get my destruction meter up here. And of course, the higher the disaster level, the more military force they send after you. They start by sending more conventional stuff after you. No, I lost my meter. It's like a combo meter. You have to... So yeah, they start by sending, like, very conventional weapons after you, tanks and jets, and then they start sending the more science fiction-y stuff from the movies after you. Culminating in a fight with all three Super X gun platforms at once, which is kind of a messed up fight, but it's kind of interesting. I don't know. I might be speaking Greek to a lot of people who don't know Godzilla very well. But, feel good on my Fury meter here. The higher you get that meter up, the taller you get, basically. The more the destruction basically gives you a multiplier, and you want to get as tall as possible just because later on in the game, the monsters get bigger. So this is little Mothra, whom I am going to completely wreck. Of course, saying that now, breathe some death on him. Of course, I can't really see. Is there a lock on? Oh man. Yeah, that's not what I want. That's the problem with Mothra, is that she's so small that you can't really... And does this flail that... Okay. Hard to hit little Mothra, and of course Mothra's not taking full advantage of her abilities. Alright. Because she's got Mothra's got the ability to spin silk. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. I wanted to talk about the Godzilla trailer and everything, but I'm just having so much fun destroying this gigantic Ferris wheel. And there's just something really appealing to me, and I don't know, maybe this is some kind of... says something about me. I just love hearing the radio chatter of the soldiers as Godzilla, like, just indiscriminately causes their demise just by existing. It's like, oh no! And then they, you know, just radio cuts out. It's like I'm not even attacking you. You're just kind of there in my way.
We're calculating where Godzilla will most
all right.
hit the shore.
This is Hedorah, the smog monster. One of, it's considered one of the best Godzilla movies. It's okay. I liked it. Of course, it's really weird. In it, Godzilla has like a music video in the middle of it, some animated sequences. There's like a music video. Godzilla flies in it too, which is just kind of weird. So yeah, I wish they hadn't put that little... Found a different way for his charge to continue other than referencing that goofy moment from Godzilla vs. Monster Zero. Don't get me wrong, I like Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, but watching the Heisei Godzilla, which is this version of Godzilla, do that is just kind of like weird. It's just not something you want to see that Godzilla do. Like, I'm sure it was probably a time thing, but you can do the 1960s Godzilla though. Nope. Got into my combo. You can be the 1960s Godzilla, and it looks way more appropriate to run around like that. Of course, all of these... no, that's not what I wanted. Controls in this game are pretty weird, and it's one of those things... It's another one of those things where I get why people didn't like it. It kind of controls like this game for PlayStation 2 called Robot Alchemaic Drive, where you're basically steering with the... grabbing that building and just throwing my weight into it. You can do it, put your back into it.
Squad, begin your assault.
There we go, got that one.
Generator still operational.
Later on, the generators will have like timers on them, where if you don't get them fast enough, you won't be able to get them at all, and then the mission just ends. And you gotta start over. It's really frustrating.
Godzilla has reached Zone 5. Unidentified creature confirmed. It's arriving shortly.
Alright.
ETA in 30 seconds. Stationary guns have ceased operating.
I'm gonna wait till he shows up to destroy this, otherwise the thing's gonna end.
A kaiju has appeared.
There he is. He's gonna do a little cutscene.
Ghidorah.
Okay, now I'm gonna destroy this. Oh, damn. Gotta destroy this before he gets here. And he can fly, so he's probably gonna come here real quick. One more good tail swipe should do it. There we go. Alright, where are you?
All generators
There
have
you
been
are.
destroyed, but Godzilla will not leave the area while an enemy remains.
Yeah, you like that?
Squad, begin your assault.
How about some more? Yeah. One more. I got the goods. That tail swipe is really good when you're facing guys around your height. Obviously, it wasn't even hitting Mothra. Oh boy. Yeah, we're both attacking each other. There's like a... let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. You can even do the... okay. I'm just testing out, trying to remember all of the things. There's like a roar button too. Where's the roar? Roar. There it is. And then if you attack right after a roar or during a roar or something, it makes your attack way more powerful. And when you play as some of these other monsters, they have like other abilities that are kind of locked behind
Has gone down.
doing a roar and then using a power. So, like Ghidorah, I think, has like the ability to like throw toxic sludge at people or something if you roar and then do your attack, do your special attack, something like that.
We couldn't get through to him.
Got up to 60 meters.
Where is Godzilla heading?
Oh, Jet Jaguar. I don't think Jet Jaguar is going to appear because I didn't get him in the first level. There's like a weird thing where I think if you destroy everything on the first level, Jet Jaguar appears or something. But I didn't do it, so he won't appear on the second level. It was like a weird Easter egg, which I've already gotten. I've already gotten Jet Jaguar unlocked. It's really cool, but yeah, I'm gonna switch up to normal and fight Mechagodzilla. Good old classic
It was my
Mechagodzilla.
destiny to rise to this position.
Chujo's after some power. He wants to show everybody how much of a champ he is, how much he wants it.
To keep my cool.
He will know our country's swift hand of justice.
Yeah, I bet he tweeted that out.
An unidentified signal. Image coming in now.
So a lot of these levels, the monsters are randomized, so you never know what monsters you're gonna fight. And of course, I want to cause as much destruction as possible to get my temperature up so I can use special abilities. Okay, so this is Mechagodzilla 2, which he's got some special abilities, like if I... Let's see if I can... Oh, man. He's got the spiral missiles. Let's see. If I grab him, which if I can remember how to do that, I think I just press forward. I can actually rip his head off, and he's got like a little head underneath. Let's see if I can do it. I'm gonna try to do it. Nope. Is it back and attack? Nope. Maybe it's this one. Okay, let's try this. I'm not in danger of dying anytime soon, so there we go. Picked him up once. Something like... I'm just gonna take it. Okay, where are you at? Yep, he just lost his head. He's got that little head. Now he's got like a more powerful like attack that comes out of it. I'm not gonna let him use it though. That's a reference to Terror of Mechagodzilla, where Godzilla rips off Mechagodzilla's... Well, in the first Mechagodzilla, that's how he defeats Mechagodzilla, is by ripping off Mechagodzilla's head. Second one, he rips off Mechagodzilla's head, and he's got another smaller head underneath that's got like more like a more powerful like ray underneath it. And it's just such a great moment if you're familiar with the first movie. Which the print I always saw as a kid had like clips from the first Mechagodzilla movie in it, so you knew exactly what to expect. But the version I always see like streaming doesn't have that part in it, so I don't know if today's kids are gonna get to see that. Of course, I didn't hit my... Good thing, fast enough.
Generator offline. Only one generator still operational.
Gotta keep it going. That good old stomp. Oh man. Maximum carnage. Running riot. I'm telling you, that's like the funniest thing in the world. That's like worth the $20 you probably spent on this game used. Just hearing people scream because they got too close to you.
The mission is a failure.
I only did as the people expected me to. And they will see it my way.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Alright, let's see what we're going up
We're
against
calculating
next.
where Godzilla will most likely hit the shore.
Ooh. Ooh, okay. It doesn't look like I get to go up to the easier difficulty again either. Ooh, okay. Yep.
We have movement in the area. It's Godzilla. How did we let it reach this far inland?
So this is another criticism of this game, is you're gonna see the same areas over and over again. Like, they reuse this area, like, at daytime and nighttime. Or is this the area that does that? I don't know. No, this isn't the same area.
It's here.
Yes, it is. Yeah, right there. The reason it's really easy to tell that they reuse the area, and maybe they shouldn't have done this in hindsight, is because this guy over here, this is actually a hotel you could go to, and in Japan, where they had Godzilla standee on it. So it's kind of a advertisement for that hotel I just destroyed in this game. Nice placement advertisement. Can't even see what's going on, y'all.
Godzilla has reached Zone 5.
So yeah, there's like, if you can beat the game and get up to 100 meters, you get a special ending, which is probably not
An unidentified signal. Image coming in now.
not a very well kept secret anymore.
Generator is losing power.
Looks like here comes Gigan. So this is the Gigan from Godzilla Final War, which was a cool redesign for the character. Although there was like 2 versions of that Gigan in the movie. Okay, I'm about to raise my disaster level. I better be careful.
Stationary guns have ceased operating. Godzilla is approaching the generator. The generator is losing power.
Oh boy, here we go.
Second squad, begin your assault.
I'm just trying to break stuff, dude. Let me break stuff.
Generator offline. Only one generator still operational.
I don't know what he hit me with, but... It's nice of the army to help me out on this. I don't think they do that on other levels. Or maybe it just depends on who the monster is.
Gigan has been weakened.
And yeah, this can be kind of repetitive. I get it. Having some fun though. You can see he's a little bit taller than me. I wasn't tall enough to really face this guy head on. So that's why he's taken longer to put down than the other monsters have been.
Now that Godzilla has defeated his enemy, he's sure to turn his attention to the generator.
Hey, thanks for reminding me what my objectives are, lady.
Third squad, begin your
But yeah, that new man, that new trailer was so awesome. I'm really excited about the cast. I'm really excited about seeing these monsters updated in interesting ways. Making Rodan into a kind of like lava, like a lava phoenix or whatever. Like, that's really cool. Especially considering the original Rodan, you know. They found him in a volcano, feeding on little giant dragonfly larvae, whatever they call them, Magnuma or whatever. And then Mothra, of course, making her like this crazy bioluminescent thing, really plays into the idea that she's a goddess. Then you have just King Ghidorah, which I really hope King Ghidorah is still an alien in this and not just like, oh, he's another spirit from the ancient earth or whatever. It's like, I always hated that. I liked when King Ghidorah is an alien creature, because I think the idea of an alien creature that is a dragon with 3 heads is a neat idea.
We have movement in the area. It's Godzilla. Godzilla. Can we even stop him?
How many times can I say Godzilla in a sentence?
I crave not the fame that this day will bring me.
Sure you don't. You're very humble. That's one of your biggest traits. And yeah, this is kind of fun. Having this was very 1960s Godzilla. Having these like having these towers basically attack you. There's like a thing where
the data collection squad is requesting orders.
This is kind of lame. This is another way they tried to basically make the game longer because they knew it wasn't very long. Is they have you, one of the collectibles is you have to basically have Godzilla stand at certain points and then they scan him. And it like gives them more information. You unlock stuff. There's all kinds of fun modes in here. Unfortunately, no one-on-one like couch co-op or anything like that, which is something that I know a lot of Let's Players, when this game came out, they were like, I think Game Grumps did a video on it where they were just like, oh yeah, let's do a versus on this. Come on, let's fight. And then they're just like, how come I can't just plug in another controller and fight? Oh boy. That's probably a telemarketer. I'm gonna ignore it.
Godzilla is approaching the generator.
Alright.
A kaiju has appeared.
If not, they'll leave a message.
Is losing power.
But yeah, if you don't recognize a number anymore on your house phone, it's probably not somebody you want to talk to.
Third squad, begin your assault. Generator offline.
I don't normally stream, so I don't know all these crazy rules about shutting off your phone. Plus, what if there's an emergency? So, yeah. Ooh, Rodan hit me with the talking that good smack. Hey, get out of this sky. What are you doing up there? I really like what they did with Rodan in this game too. Hoping he has some of these moves in the new movie. He clearly has like a shockwave that... Okay, so disaster levels at level 2, that means he's going to start whipping out the maser tanks and stuff. They may even do like a quick cutscene to show that, hey, it's getting more real. So yeah, this is going to be interesting if I don't do something about this. I gotta kill Rodan before the next guy shows up. There we go.
Rodan has gone down.
It's kind of cool that they kept the...
Might be too much to hope that if he defeats his enemy, he'll forget about the generator.
They kept the actual outline of Rodan the same in the new Godzilla movie. You can't really get a good look at him in the trailer, but you can see his like shadow on the ground, and you'll see that as he flies by and destroys buildings with a sonic boom. Really playing up the idea that he's like a natural disaster. That's so cool. Like just imagining a world where these giant monsters exist, and they would just be like a natural disaster. You would just kind of have to stay out of the way of them, evacuate the city. Okay, so this is King Ghidorah. This is the man of the hour. So this is based on the Heisei era King Ghidorah, but they used his like teleport from the original King Ghidorah, the old 1960s King Ghidorah, which is kind of interesting. You can see that I'm almost the same size as him now. The other thing about the disaster level is the types of weapons they use against you actually start affecting you more. So like oh boy. Okay, I need to... I was about to lose it. Oh yeah, that was nice. Wish you could have seen that. The camera didn't really want to participate there. Feels so good. Of course, this is a little bit harder when you first get this game. I have my Godzilla obviously leveled up. He's got a much more powerful fire breath. Or it's not really more powerful. It's like the different fire breaths have different properties. Like there's one that does more damage up close and stuff like that.
Godzilla's signal is still active.
You might say we were lucky to have survived it all.
And I totally forgot that I was trying to get those data things. Whatever. I'll get them eventually. Okay, so this is a question mark, which, yeah, I don't know what that means.
We have movement in the area.
Oh, yeah, I bet you this is the one where you fight, Super X. And Super X is really annoying, because they shoot freeze missiles at you. One of them can actually reflect your beam right back at you, which is annoying. So you got to be careful of that.
Prepare for a combo attack from Super X and Super X2.
Yep, I was right. Okay, so yeah, this is. Here's that hotel. They sure rebuilt it quickly. Look at that. Super X has got 30 seconds. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for a late Super X. So Super X was this first Super X was in Godzilla 1985. Godzilla Returns in Japan, I believe. And it fired cadmium missiles down Godzilla's throat, which stunned him temporarily. But then the Russians went and had to have like a nuclear weapon launch over Japan, which they quickly realized the error of their ways and detonated it in like orbit, and it caused like an EMP, which made things even worse for the people trying to fight Godzilla. And then of course Godzilla became more powerful because of the radiation, because that'll happen. And I mean, on this easier level, I just ignore Super X because he's really not the most powerful one. This is the one that gets annoying. But again, I just ignore Super X until I get all of these generators, because they really don't do much damage to you. Super X3 can be kind of threatening, especially since he's so hard to hit. But I don't know. I can just ignore them pretty much and move on with my life. My so-called giant monster life. Alright. So, trick to fighting Super X is pretty much just tail swipe at them when they're close. And see, he's open right now because he wants me to attack him with my fire breath. My magical fire breath to save the Maiden's Fair. Oh, yeah. See, I used my breath on him and he reflected it back at me. Bastard. So that was Super X2. He was in Godzilla vs. Biollante, which I do an excellent breakdown of Godzilla vs. Biollante in my War of the Monsters video, where I just went off on a tangent on that movie. It's great music in that movie. Probably my favorite Godzilla movie when you get right down to it. Oh, I shouldn't have done that to Super X2 anyways. Here we go. I got him close. That should do some damage. Okay, this should be it. You'd think he would try to fly away from me if I kept whacking him with my tail. Alright, Super X1, where are you?
Third squad, begin your assault.
Yeah. It's hard to aim. It's hard to aim your magical fire breath.
Super X has been damaged from Godzilla's attack.
Also, I don't think Super X was that big in the movie, but who cares?
Super X is losing functionality. This is not good.
Yeah, you should be trying to,
Super X
you know, evacuate.
badly
I don't
damaged.
know. That'd be a good idea. Before I destroy you. Alright.
Godzilla confirmed
Yeah,
to be alive.
I've always been a big fan of the giant monster movies and the way they try to figure out ways to defeat these guys. Different, like the Maser tanks, I always thought was like a really cool design, which maybe you'll see those.
That data. If only we had the last few pieces. We're calculating where Godzilla will most likely hit
Okay,
shore.
so I've already defeated King Ghidorah, and so now I'm going to be fighting Mecha King Ghidorah, which was a... Basically, they find King Ghidorah in the future, and he's missing a head, so they turn him into a cyborg. That's how that happens. That's how that works. Oh, they rebuilt that Ferris wheel, too. Isn't that nice? Boy, yeah. I don't know why these prime ministers keep, like, losing their job when they are
There is
just excellent
something
at
devised for this
rebuilding
exact
things.
scenario.
Well, what is it?
Let's see.
We've been researching this since G-Force's inception, and it's very close to completion.
Cut to the chase already.
The Prime Minister in office at the time G-Force was founded and G-Energy was being developed was Mr. Hatagaya's grandfather. He conceived a weapon to fight like Godzilla, built in Godzilla's image but of equal power, a man-made kaiju. The weapon's construction is complete, but we have no data on Godzilla to use for programming it to fight like him.
So the data we received by fighting Godzilla is enough to complete this weapon's software?
Yes,
That's pretty
This is a
goofy.
surprise. You were developing anti-kaiju technology all these years without anyone knowing? Amazing. But let's show 'em what humanity is made of.
a battle for survival. We will double our efforts until it is fully operational, ma'am. The area's generators are equipped with an emergency shutdown system. The population will not be pleased to bear the cost of getting it up and running again, but if it means stopping Godzilla from growing stronger, they'll have to cope.
Okay, so now I think they're going to start putting this on a timer. So now I need to be as fast as possible about taking these down.
All G-Force units, buy us time until the shutdown is complete. Go Tango, engage.
And then I gotta fight Gotengu, which is,
We'll arrive in 30 seconds.
oh, Gotenga, which is a,
One generator has been destroyed.
it's like a weapons platformy,
Fourth squad.
basically it's like a super, what is it called? There was a giant, it wasn't really a giant monster movie, but all Japanese science fiction movies had a giant monster in them at that point. It was called Super Battleship Atragon or something. And this was like the updated version of it that they put into Godzilla Final War. And there's a really cool scene where they fight Mando, which was the giant monster in Atragon. And you can see, yeah, he is, yeah, flying at me. Get over there. Hey, Godzilla. Hey. Destroy that battleship, please. There we go. Really appreciate it if you would, you know, do your job and destroy things for me. Okay. Of course, I'll have to destroy... Ah! Get up! You damn right you did. Right now I'm just trying to get my height up because I think pretty soon I'm going to be fighting like 100-meter tall monsters and I don't want to be stuck below like 80 doing it. So I'm just gonna destroy as many buildings as I can, keep that combo meter going. And then I'll worry about Go Tango. Which I think it's kind of weird that they named the ship Go Tango because I think Go Tango was another Toho movie from that time period. Same time period as like Atragon and Godzilla. But it wasn't about a battleship, it was about giant mushrooms. Yeah, I think that's all the meter I'm going to be able to get. I can't get to anything just to destroy. This is not good. Okay, where are you? Let's kill it. Let's kill you. Where are you? This is the trick. You gotta wait till he comes at you.
Tango has been damaged from Godzilla's attack. An unidentified signal.
Okay.
Image coming in now. It's Mecha King Ghidorah.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to focus on him. Oh boy. Oh, it's nice of Go Tango to go after the guy who's actually dangerous. Actually, no, I'm pretty dangerous too. It's just nice that he's going after him. Oh! Oh, that's nice. Oh, I don't have to deal with that guy anymore. Oh no! Don't do that! Oh no.
All units, proceed with attack phase.
Okay. So, I don't really have a health meter. It's more like Call of Duty, where I just have to keep this... Oh no. Oh, I'm gonna die. There we go. So, I just have to keep from getting hit while I've got that stuff on long enough to... Ooh. Okay. That's why I didn't want that disaster level to go up.
Mecha King Ghidorah has been weakened.
I can probably just keep doing this until he's dead. Okay, gonna hit him one more time. Boom.
Mecha King Ghidorah has gone down. The mission is a failure.
Yep, you guys suck.
Just how strong is he? How are we going to stop him?
We have completed the evacuation of the area likely to be affected.
Super Mechagodzilla. So this is the second iteration of Mechagodzilla created by G-Force in the Heisei series. I kind of like the look of this one. He looks very he looks like a cool toy, and they did make pretty cool toys of him. Kiryu's kind of cool, I guess. Kiryu grew on me, but I was just... It's another one of those things where it's like you're making another Mechagodzilla. It's kind of how I feel about Ghidorah right now, but still kind of excited to see what this new movie does with Ghidorah. But if I don't see Ghidorah in another movie again, I probably wouldn't mind, because he just... I guess it's just because he's like basically Godzilla's Joker, you know? He's this most iconic villain, but there's so many other cool monsters, and I think there's other monsters you could design that I just really want to see an updated version of. You know, Gigan was a really cool one to see an updated version of. I'd like to see an updated version of like Varan and Titanosaurus and all these guys, you know. That thing that plugs into his back is like another gunship. It's just called Garuda. Just kind of gives him the ability to fly and gives him some extra guns. Of course, this Super Godzilla had that thing in his stomach was designed to target Godzilla's auxiliary brain, which is something they used to think dinosaurs had. But long after that theory turned out to be completely fake, or just exaggerated. They didn't really have an auxiliary brain. The idea was that dinosaurs were so big and their brains were so small, how could they have possibly like dealt with, you know, moving? So the idea was that they must have had like a second brain in their hips that allowed them to get around. So that was the idea, is that Godzilla had a auxiliary brain in his massive hips, which I mean, maybe that's why Godzilla's so smart compared to other dinosaurs. I mean, those hips don't lie. Okay, yeah, and the disaster level thing becomes an issue because once the jets can really mess you up, it's hard to fight a monster that's on their side.
Fourth squad, begin your assault.
Ah, jeez.
Super Mechagodzilla has been damaged from Godzilla's attack.
Not nearly enough. Ugh. Oof. Okay. Mm. He's too strong to... Ooh, no. I'm gonna have to redo this level. That sucks. That's embarrassing.
We've completed the evacuation.
Let's try this
of the area
again.
likely to be affected.
Alright, let's try this again. Let's do it for real this time.
Super Mecha Godzilla commencing generator shutdown sequence. 180 seconds until shutdown. Super Mecha Godzilla engage.
This is pretty much the last boss of the game, though, so...
Super Mecha Godzilla will arrive in 30 seconds.
Trying to get my
Godzilla is
height up so I can do more damage to him.
The generator is losing power. Super Mecha Godzilla has arrived.
A lot of button mashing. Okay, we've already seen that. We don't need to see his...
One generator has been destroyed. Second squad, begin your assault. The generator is losing power. Godzilla is approaching the generator.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is not gonna be good. Man, it sucks. He does not have a wind-up on his breath weapon at all, so anything I try to do that doesn't involve just either using my...
We're out of time.
using my block is just like... Also, if you use your pulse weapon while these things are flying by, you can actually knock them out of the air. It's pretty satisfying.
Fourth squad, begin your assault.
Okay. Stay back. Stay back. Stay back, stay back, stay back. Oh my gosh. Like, I cannot get a tail swing out. There we go. Get rid of some of them jets. That should help. Okay, this is gonna suck.
Super Mecha Godzilla has been damaged from Godzilla's attack.
Now that I don't have to worry about. Ah, no, 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 no. Oh, God. Thought that was it.
Functionality. This is not good.
That was not good. Come on. Come on, recharge. Recharge the batteries. There we go. I don't know, it gets kind of tense. I like this kind of standoff, you know, like he's gonna kill me though. Yeah, because I had to try to do the tail swipe instead of trying to dodge when I should have just dodged. Oh boy.
We've completed the evacuation.
All right, this will be my last try, and then I think I'm gonna call it. I don't know how long I've been recording, but I try to keep these about an hour. Apparently we're getting some comments. I don't know how to... I haven't been checking my
Godzilla is ready, ma'am. We will prepare for deployment immediately.
The chat at all, so...
We're short on commencing.
I'm sure there's people screaming what I should do instead of what I am doing. Or, perhaps saying maybe you should stop playing this crappy game or stop being crappy at this crappy game. I don't know. I guess I'll find out when I go to upload or whatever. I don't know how people can watch the chat and play a game at the same time. Well, I guess there's a setting on the PlayStation that lets you do that, but... Hit those things right as the jets were going by, too. Alright, let's do this. You and me. Okay, I'm gonna try to focus on taking out these jets if I can. And then staying in close. So Mechagodzilla doesn't use his breath weapon, which is impossible to, like... And that thing just pushes me back, which is really annoying. Now he's gonna use his breath weapon on me. Ooh, see them jets blow up while I was... There we go. Yeah, I think that's the trick to this guy. You just gotta stay in close if you can.
Functionality. This is not good.
Ooh, that felt good. To finally hit him with that. Ah, no! No, 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 no. Just get him with the fire breath. One fire breath, that's all you need! Oh, no, it wasn't enough! One more! Oh!
Super Mecha Godzilla is badly damaged.
Oh, that was tense. Okay. Go back in the ocean, take a nice nap, big guy. You earned it.
The last remaining generator in the country has been destroyed, ma'am.
Yep. Now you guys can't use none of that dirty G energy.
In progress, obliterated in the
That big
blink of
G
an eye.
energy.
If the Earth could speak, maybe she would tell us Godzilla was here to cleanse this world.
That's quite enough, operator.
I wonder if Godzilla will still search out more G energy. He looks to be heading back into the sea.
He's returning to hibernation until humanity has recovered, at which time he'll no doubt rise from the depths to wreak havoc on us all again.
Yep. That's what I do. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Yeah, so it's not even going to let you see the credits, I guess. So, this has been fun. I like this game. It's not completely horrible, but it's definitely got problems. I have a lot of fun playing this game, and I get why other people don't like it. But for me, it's like the perfect, it's the perfect just sort of marriage of you know, just slow plodding pace of a giant monster combined with, you know, just encouraging you to destroy things. You can play as other monsters in this game, though, which is really cool. You got Angarius, which is one of my favorites. Mothra, obviously, from the Mothra movies, and then, you know, she was kind of a mainstay in Godzilla for years. She'll be in the new movie. I wonder if she'll be running around as a caterpillar. Kind of looks like in the trailer they have a caterpillar in there, but it's hard to say. Rodan, obviously going to be in the new movie, which is super cool. I like Rodan. King Ghidorah. This King Ghidorah, I think it's Death Ghidorah. So the picture they're using here is Death Ghidorah, but the Ghidorah model in the game is the Heisei era Ghidorah, so you figure it out. I don't know. Hedorah, which is the smog monster, obviously. Jet Jaguar, always a favorite. Just sort of a rip-off of Ultraman that they stuck in Godzilla vs. Megalon because giant superheroes were popular. Mechagodzilla. Now, there's just something cool about the aesthetic of here's this giant robot and we have all this scaffolding around him while we work on him. It just felt something about that just makes a giant robot feel more real to me. It's just seeing that scaffolding around there and just little sparks flying off and little maquettes of dudes working on a giant monster. That's really cool. Obviously, Mechagodzilla 2 I already talked about, from Terror of Mechagodzilla. Kind of weird that they didn't just combine them into one character, but again, it feels like they just wanted to stretch the content out in this game as much as possible. Biollante, another one of my favorites. I think Godzilla vs. Biollante is probably my favorite Godzilla movie. Mecha King Ghidorah we talked about, came from the future. Batra is an interesting one. Batra is basically an evil Mothra, who is in Godzilla vs. Mothra, the 1990s version, the Heisei version of Mothra. But he was the bad Mothra. So he started out as this nasty looking grub and then evolves into this bat-like giant insect. You got Super Mechagodzilla, very cool design, very toyetic. Space Godzilla, which is still like one of the most ridiculous. Like, I cannot believe there is a movie called Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. It should not exist, but I'm glad it does. There's this Destroyer from what was supposed to be the last Godzilla movie. So this was like the King Daddy of the Let's Kill Godzilla, the mother of all kaiju. Looks very, very menacing, very, very scary looking. It's a cool design, and he's kind of like Godzilla's Doomsday. You know, he's just a character that was there as Godzilla was dying, and Godzilla had to defeat him right before he put out his last breath, I guess, and he was dying of a meltdown. So this is burning Godzilla. This is what Godzilla looked like. Well, he was having a nuclear meltdown inside of his body. So yeah, they had to try to find a way to either stop that. They tried freezing him and stuff, and it didn't work, and all that stuff. This is Kiryu. This is a more updated version of Godzilla. Really cool look. It kind of grew on me, but I was so like why are you doing another Mecha Godzilla? Come on. Gigan, really cool. Of course, the 2014 legendary Godzilla. I'm glad that's in here. That's really cool. Kind of a late addition to this game, I think. I think they just crammed him in here because the movie was coming out. And then, of course, 1964 Godzilla, which is I like that look. I like his big, tough, mean face. Those big old Cookie Monster eyes. I love it. Anyways, I think that's all for me. I'm gonna jump in and play as Jet Jaguar. You guys have a good one. Thanks for joining me.